Good?
We're going.
Dude, I was sitting here a year ago. I was sitting in this room. This is not even my room. I was sitting in this room a year ago, and I was editing videos with 500 subs. I'd be recording right here, and I'd have my mic on, and the roommates here would be yelling. I would say something, they would yell. I would wait, make sure they're not yelling, and then record. Terrell Pryor, what can't the man do?
You gotta be kidding me.
He can run, catch, pass.
Such bullshit.
And I'd record like that for the first like 10 to 20 videos. I didn't even use my own equipment. I didn't even have my own computer. Let's get right into some questions. What's your favorite NCAA football team? Well, I grew up in Boise, Idaho, so I'm a big Boise State fan. And growing up, when they were on their rise, when they went through the Fiesta Bowl stage, it was just a lot of fun to watch them growing up as the underdog team. But also, I'd have to say Ohio State is probably my favorite team overall to watch. And why I like them, I'll get into later. Who's your favorite YouTuber? To watch right now, I'd have to say H3H3, and just more based on what I do, similar content, I would have to say John Boyce, even though he doesn't really release videos. He's got a series called Pretty Good, which I know a lot of you have seen because you've brought it up multiple times in the comment section and asked me if I've been directly influenced by his channel. And to that I say definitely. How long have you been editing, and how experienced would you call yourself at it? I would say I'm a decent editor. I'm pretty self-taught. After my first video, in which one of my buddies showed me kind of how to do some of the basic stuff like zooming in on photos and placing stuff on a timeline. Other than that, I've just been teaching myself along the way, and I'd say I'm a decent editor. I definitely want to learn, I definitely want to improve in that area. Who's your favorite sports player and why? My favorite athlete is gotta be LaDainian Tomlinson. As a kid, that's who I looked up to the most. He was in his prime when I was first getting into tackle football. Also, I look up to Barry Sanders. I wore number 20 because of Barry Sanders when I played youth football. I would have worn 21 if I could because of LT, but for some reason they didn't have that number, so I went with 20. Who were your other teams than the Browns? I don't really have any other teams. I'm such a passionate Browns fan that I've been just ride or die with them, and I'll cheer for teams in the playoffs. I cheer for legacies. I like cheering for Tom Brady, and I like cheering for underdogs as well. So right now I'm sort of cheering for Jacksonville since everyone's kind of writing them off as a playoff team, and I think they can make the playoffs. So I guess that leads into my next question, probably my most asked question of all time. Why are you a Browns fan?
I'm frustrated. I'm tired of watching crap. It's been crap for years. I'm insulted. How dare you pass this off for NFL football?
I don't know if there's really been any Browns fans that aren't from Ohio that just choose to be a Browns fan. Why would anyone do that to themselves? As a kid, my mom told me this story. I loved to draw and doodle before I could write when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And I would draw these photos of helmets. That was my favorite thing to draw. And what's the easiest helmet in the world to draw? The damn Cleveland Browns helmet. The simple orange. I would have photos on my wall as like a 3 or 4 year old. Just simple orange helmet on the wall. And they actually, when I was about 6 or 7, and they played it in their last playoff game that they've ever played in. And they ended up losing that game, but it was a heartbreaking loss. It was horrible.
And now a third. Holcomb throwing. Complete inside the 30-yard line. Looking for the out-of-bounds marker, and he got there. But we're out of time.
And I kind of decided that day that I was ride or die, and it's been 15 great years of being a Browns fan. Also, along with that, I like Ohio State, which coincidentally, Ohio State fans or Cleveland Browns fans are usually Ohio State fans. They also have a very easy helmet to draw. As a kid, it's the simple silver, and if they're a good player, they have the stars, and it was fun to draw little stars all over the helmet. And also, my dad had a Tim Couch jersey that it was the first jersey that I ever recognized because my dad wore it all the time. And when I asked him about it recently, he told me that he got it at Goodwill for like $1.99 or something. So that was the only reason he had that jersey. And yeah, so okay, next question. What's your personal favorite sport besides football? I would definitely say that basketball is my second favorite sport to watch and probably my favorite sport to play.
What is this?
But along with that, I also did track in college, and I love the aspect of it's clean cut. You're as fast as the time says, or you're as good as the mark says it is. And there's no sort of you're a good player on a bad team that's holding you back. It's what you got, you line it up, and man to man. I love the competitive edge of track. What made you start YouTube? It's kind of interesting since I said in my D1 story that I started YouTube, or I wanted to get into YouTube in like 2009 or so when I was younger. And I actually did stupid videos. I did ghost hunting videos. I did ding dong ditching videos. We did some stupid stuff, and we thought it was going to go viral because we thought it was hilarious. And then eventually we just stopped doing that. But then years later, I started a gaming channel, and I did an NCAA 14 series on that channel. And that was fun, other than the quality was pretty cringeworthy.
We need a big play. Klein, find some love. We got it. With Thompson going down, breaking tackles. Go! Go, little guy!
But for this channel in particular, back around a year and a half ago, when Mike Orzemba started to rise in popularity, just his style of videos and the way he incorporated dramatic music, it just sort of brought to my mind that it was possible to do something like this with football. No one else was doing it, and I knew I was capable of telling stories with football. No, it's so crazy. I got a tweet the other day from a guy named AJ Wilson, and it was a screenshot of how many subs I had. It has my old profile photo, and I mean, a lot of you guys have been following me since the beginning, and it's just, I'm very thankful for everyone who supported me and who continues to support me. So all you guys watching this video, I just want to thank, and I want to give a big shout out to the man who's helping me make this video, Michael Turner. Yes, it's the Michael Turner, the running back for the Falcons. I gotta give a big shout out to him. This is his setup. He let me edit my first 10 to 20 videos or so on his computers, and I couldn't thank him enough for what he's done for me, because without that, I wouldn't have been able to edit videos, and I wouldn't be making these videos for you guys. And on that note, I will continue making videos, and I hope you guys enjoy them. See you next time. And for the last question, who do you think is the GOAT?